Well, stopping a bunch of monsters coming out of a gorge can certainly stir up some romance. Let's talk about the Gorge. Hey guys, welcome to my review of The Gorge. This is a new Apple TV Plus film starring Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller. This is a sci-fi, horror-esque action, romance film, hence why they dropped it on Valentine's Day. And if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. This review will contain spoilers, so definitely don't ruin this one for yourself. We'll get into whether or not the reveals themselves are that good later on in the review, but if you guys don't want to have any of those reveals spoiled for you about what's in the Gorge, what the origin is behind it, what happens to our main characters, then definitely go watch the film and come back and hear my thoughts. So, let's get into it here. We have Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller, two people that I really enjoy. Anya Taylor-Joy, of course, in so many different films. The Witch, The Menu, Queen's Gambit was really awesome. Furiosa from last year. Just she has a great track record of pleasing me. Sure, she was in The New Mutants. She was probably the best part of that movie. Then you have Miles Teller, who is great in Whiplash, and, of course, Top Gun Maverick. I love him in that, and I'm looking forward to him in Top Gun 3. So, here we have two characters. We have Levi, and we have Draza, and they are two very skilled marksmen that are sent to watch, over this gorge at these two separate towers. They aren't allowed contact, but over the course of the film, they grow closer together. They do make contact. They eventually do get to each other, and they form a romantic connection, and it's just really sweet. So these are two people that don't have a lot going for them right now. Levi specifically took this job because he doesn't have anyone that really would miss him or would care that he went missing and went dark for a year or so. He really doesn't have any family, no wife, nothing like that. And we see that he's very grounded. The direction for Miles Teller in this, I don't know if it doesn't do him any favors because he does feel kind of wooden at times, but I think that is just a directing thing where it's like this guy is a pretty hardened dude from what he's had to go through in the past. He has nightmares of his first ever kill, but at the same time, they aren't like extremely hardened. Like they aren't a tough nut to crack. They get together. Over the course of the film, they're talking, they're showing each other signs that they write stuff on, and they bond, they connect, they make each other laugh, they listen to music together, they play chess. It's very nice. And Raza, on the other hand, she has a father that's dying of cancer, and she shares with him her traumas after her different missions. We see her take out a guy at the beginning of the film and say, like, he had 4 kids, so her job really gets to her, whereas Levi, he really is haunted by what he's done as well. So you have two people that are broken. They don't necessarily like what they do, but it's what they're good at. So what else do they think? What else are they supposed to do? You know? And it was very endearing watching them grow close as the film went on. And that's actually that's the strongest part of the film, which I wasn't. I mean, I thought it was going to be a great part of it. I thought it was going to be a good romance. But I didn't think it was going to be the standout part. It really ends up being the heart of the movie. No pun intended there. It has a lot of heart to it. Because you have these two characters that grow closer, and they share each other's stories about what haunts them, why they don't like what they do, why they're here in the first place. And it's just really wholesome, to be honest. And then you have the opposite of wholesomeness, which is what is in this gorge. So they eventually do have to go down in the gorge because Levi's cable snaps on his way back from seeing Draza, and she goes down after him, and it's revealed that this is it's a fucking military cover-up about, it was an experimental thing that the government was doing, and they're trying to cover it up. There was an earthquake that happened that made it drop down, and the facility was just really severely impacted by that and caused all the toxins to leak out that they were experimenting on, and it mutated humans, animals, insects, and plants to make these really, really disturbing looking creatures that actually look really, really cool. I was expecting the CGI to look fine, but it actually does look great when you have Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller next to these things and fighting them off. You get multiple sequences of them firing their guns off at them, slicing them up with swords, various things like that. Very entertaining. But at the end of the day, the best part of the film is this connection that they're forming. And you have Sigourney Weaver in this movie, who isn't utilized that much. She's in it for, I would say, 4 or 5 minutes. Not that much. She's the antagonist that has been sending people to this gorge for years and killing them after their sentence is up, or not after they're relieved from their duty. They get killed to cover up what's in the gorge, just to make sure nobody tells anybody about the gorge, so they don't go investigating, because this is all a big cover-up. So, yeah, the overall reasonings behind what the gorge is and what's in it is pretty generic, pretty conventional, what we've seen before in a lot of other things. The government's trying to cover up something. In this movie, it's not really expanded on too much. There is a nuke down there that Levi and Draza end up setting off to take care of the gorge and ultimately take care of Sigourney Weaver, who only brought like two or three guys with her to go take on these 2 marksmen. What? These guys have so many confirmed kills and you only brought like a couple dudes to deal with them? That's crazy. But I did appreciate the building, like the world building of what the gorge actually was for all these years. I mean, it's been around since the 1940s, and you actually have the guys that were watching it in the 40s and throughout down there infected with this disease attacking our characters. So that was interesting, but really it doesn't come close to how interesting the dynamic between Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller is. They have a great chemistry, whereas Levi is a bit more closed off and shy a little bit. Draza is much more playful, and she's very fun in the film. She plays a trick on him where she has him take a shower, and then she hides his clothes, and she makes him go out in front of a camera so she can see him naked. Pretty fun. A lot of good banter between them as they're talking across from the towers. So overall, guys, I'm giving The Gorge an 8 out of 10. It's a very fun romance film with some great monster elements here. Don't expect the actual Gorge stuff to be as shocking or intriguing as you might think. I was thinking maybe they were going to go a supernatural way with it, like it was going to be the souls of all the dead guys that they've killed here before or something like that. But I don't know, maybe that would have been dumb versus what they actually gave us. It was a satisfying ending. They do end up together at the very end. Levi gets separated for her, but he ends up making his way back to her in the end, and they get together. So that was awesome. I really enjoyed the chemistry between the 2 leads. Like I said, Sigourney Weaver kind of underutilized, but I didn't expect her to be in too much of this. The monsters look cool, the story is a bit conventional, but at the very end of the day, the romance was what I was here for, and it entertained the hell out of me. So, that's my review for The Gorge. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. Definitely go check it out this Valentine's Day. It's definitely the one to see if you've already seen Hard Eyes and Companion. I would rather stay in and watch this movie than Captain America Brave New World, to be honest. But, anyway, sound off in the comments what you thought of the film. Take care, and goodbye.